to make sure those that can't be here can get the recording. So if we're doing a class overview and you've got to go to work, or you don't want to get up by 10, or whatever the reason, you can certainly just listen to it later. So it's really up to you. I just kind of want to touch base daily because this is going to move so fast. Okay, so I'm going to check the waiting room one more time. Make sure nobody's in there. It looks like we're good. And then I'm going to share my screen. So it takes me just a second to get that going. And I want to have my chat open so that I can see if you ask questions. So there you go. Now, if you put a question in the chat, everyone in the room is going to see it. Okay, so just be aware that whatever you put in the chat is not private. Okay, so I know that we all got thrown into online learning in the middle of last semester, and maybe when you signed up for this class, you weren't expecting it to be online. So the first thing that I want to do is kind of go over what you can expect from an online class. Okay, I've been teaching online for a long time, so it should not be an issue at all. I'm pretty familiar with the tools, and I try to be super available for students. So let's kind of get started on this. So our first thing that we're going to talk about, here we go, is what to expect in this particular online class. Okay, I will do a class overview daily at 10 a.m. Now, this particular one will be a little bit longer than the others just because I'm going over everything. By the end of spring semester, I was getting class overviews done in 6 to 8 minutes. So it really just depends on how many questions you have or anything like that. I would encourage you, even if you don't come to the class overviews, to watch the recording, because that's where I'm going to make any announcements, talk about any issues that we might have or any change to the schedule. So definitely make sure you watch that video even if you're not here. My office hours are inside Zoom. I'll be in my office every day from 10:30 to noon. You can pop in and ask questions. You can ask how to do a problem. You can let me know if you've got a scheduling conflict, any of those reasons that you might need to come and talk to me during office hours. Outside of my office hours time, I'm always available by email. Now, it's my personal goal to always respond to your email within 12 hours. Now, I probably will be online quite a bit on the weekend just because our course is so short. So I will try to even commit to that over the weekend. But if you email me during the day, then I'm going to get to you before the end of the business day. And if you email me at night, I'm going to get to you first thing in the morning. So that's kind of how that goes. Lectures are posted on Canvas, and your homework is in what we call WebAssign. Okay, and I'll show you exactly what those two are. Your test, quiz, and final exam will all be in WebAssign also. Okay, you need to realize that your tests, your quizzes, and your final exam are going to be timed. Now, if you have accommodations with DSS, as soon as you register inside WebAssign, I will extend those times. So because I don't have any students in WebAssign, then I have someone in the waiting room. Okay, everything, there we go. Okay, I think we got everybody now. Okay, there. Okay. I'll extend those as soon as you get registered in the class. So if you want to confirm with me that those are extended before you start, you certainly can, and I'll let you know. Okay. Now, we always have, it's just a different format. So where do you go if you don't know what to do? So there is a whole section of online resources in Canvas that I will show you. The WebAssign help, and tech support at Montevallo is still around. Now, and you also can email me anytime. So you want to kind of write down that email so that you can email me anytime that you need to. Sometimes I'll say, ooh, I don't know how to solve that problem. Contact WebAssign. That's a WebAssign issue. Or you seem to be having trouble with your email. You need to contact tech support at Montevallo. So I can always point you in the right direction, even if it's a problem that I can't solve. Okay, here we go. Your family, you've probably got multiple siblings that are living at home. You likely have a parent or maybe more than one parent that is working from home. And I have 3 teenagers living in my house, and my husband and I are both working from home. Up until last week, all the teenagers were still in school. So we absolutely were always trying to manage the internet and who was on. Some of the issues might be are multiple people trying to attend live classes. Live classes take up a lot of bandwidth, and that's why I only do them once a day. Is for that very reason. If you've got several people working from home, sometimes students that live in a rural area have a harder time. Gaming, I don't think anyone realizes how much gaming takes of your bandwidth. And then also streaming's not as bad as gaming, but all of those things take up your bandwidth. Some of the solutions are you can consider working at off times. I always work in the morning because all the teenagers are asleep. But even right now, my husband is doing a conference and he's using his phone LTE so that I can be on the internet for this particular conference. So using your phone LTE is an option. We have a schedule, work out a schedule, let your parents know or your siblings know, hey, I've got a test I've got to take, so don't get online. The other thing that you can do is Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, Starbucks, a lot of public libraries have kept their Wi-Fi open for reasons such as this, and you can go there and use their Wi-Fi. There was a time at the beginning of April that I did my office hours in the parking lot of Chick-fil-A, and it worked out. Okay, I guess I got disconnected. Okay, can anyone tell me the last thing that you heard me say?
Uh-oh.
Can anybody tell me kind of what the last thing was? Were you looking at the PowerPoint? Okay, I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. Okay.
Yes.
You were talking about live internet.
Perfect. As my internet crashed. That's fabulous. Oh, going to parking lots. Oh, perfect. Then you heard most of my stuff. Okay, so we're going to go right back to that screen. This is why we don't do, okay. So it sounds like you guys heard most of that. So that is good. So that was kind of odd. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, how to be successful in an online class, okay? You need to commit to 4 to 5 hours every single day on this class. You've got to remember that each day is equivalent to 1 week of class in a traditional semester, okay? And in a traditional semester, I tell students to work 1 hour every single day. And so that is 5 hours a week that you want to be sure that you are working on this class. And I know that sounds like a lot. And so that's why I want to be very upfront with you on the first day. And then if you get to work less than that, it's a pleasant surprise. Okay. So keep in mind that every single day, like this will be over in 3 weeks. Okay. It'll be over 15 days and it's over. But you do have to remember that each day is equivalent to 1 week. Definitely watch the videos, do the homework, You need to check your email in Canvas multiple times a day. I will send out an email once we finish our course overview. Okay, so you'll get an email from me every morning at about 11 o'clock. But if you have asked me a question, I will respond by email and we'll kind of go back and forth. So definitely check your email a couple of times a day. Now, Canvas will not change. Canvas will not change. Some of the things will be open that weren't open as we move through the days. Like you'll have access to modules, but it's not going to change, you know, the information in Canvas. Now, print out the course calendar. I'm going to show you what that is in just a second. You want to print that out. That is your Bible. You want to have that with you because it's very clear on what you need to do each day and what's due each day. So print that out. Keep that with you at all times. If you need help, email me. You can go to virtual office hours or you can post in the discussion. Any of those things are reasonable. And the last thing is the A, B, C, D, F versus your pass fail situation. You can choose that. It's not as big of a deal in 131. I don't know a ton of information about it. I'm happy to try to help you navigate that and answer questions about it. I just want you to be aware that the best person to talk to about that is your advisor. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to go to Canvas. And if you have any questions about anything that I've said, you can type those in to the chat and I will be sure that I get those answered. Okay, so this is your Canvas homepage. And you should be right here where it says beginning of semester files, beginning of semester files. Now, I just did the online presentation, okay? But if you need to reference back to that, that's there for you. This is your syllabus. I would go ahead and open it. I don't really think there's any reason to print it out. You're certainly welcome to. I just don't think it's necessary. Now, this right here is what I'm talking about. Math 131 calendar, summer 2020. This is what this looks like. Okay? This is what this looks like. It is a guide for everything that you have to do every single day. Okay? So our first week starts today. You have 2 things that you've got to get accomplished today. Now, I would go ahead and start watching the videos on the stuff that's due tomorrow, but this is what you have to get done today. Okay? Tomorrow, you have some homework due and a prep assessment. Okay? So remember, each day is equivalent to 1 week. Now, so here it tells you when your final exam is. It tells you any day that you're going to be taking a test. All of your reviews are optional. This is golden. Print this out. Print this out. This is the most important part of all of this. Okay? So let's move on. Okay, quiz 0. This is what's due tonight. You are going to turn it into a Dropbox. So I just want you to see what quiz 0 looks like. You're acknowledging, and you can type this in. An electronic signature is okay. So you just kind of, so my name is Alicia Turner. I would type in Alicia Turner right there. So that's all that you have to worry about there. You're thinking about your daily schedule, when you're going to be working on math. You're talking about, you know, when are my daily overviews? When are my office hours? What do you do if you miss a daily overview? How do you get in touch with Alicia? And then you are making a goal about your grade. Okay, so you're just doing some goal setting today and you will turn it in to the Dropbox. Okay, you don't need to worry about printing it out or anything like that. You can just type right into it. And so that is what's due today. This right here, course Math 131, section 301. This is how you get to your WebAssign course. Okay, there's no need to print this out, but you will be asked for a class key code, and then you'll be asked to create an account. Okay, so this takes you step by step on how to get logged into WebAssign. Okay, You will receive a 14-day free trial. You do have to purchase the access. It is cheaper to purchase the access code through the website. It's cheaper to do it through WebAssign than it is to do through the Montevallo bookstore. Okay, so definitely keep that in mind. Now, if you need to use financial aid for for your book, then you do want to go through the Montevallo bookstore and get that taken care of pretty quick. Okay, depending on where you are, I know you may be in another state. If you're in that situation, then I would encourage you to purchase it through the Cengage website, because then you don't have to wait for shipping. Okay. Okay, so that is all of your beginning of the semester files. I would take some time to look at that today, and be sure that you take care of Quiz Zero and getting signed up for WebAssign. Next, we have our resources for online learning. Here is your link to our class overview, and this is the link to the office hours. Please make a note that the office hour link is different, okay? Office hour link is different than our class overview. Okay, this is WebAssign. So if you have any trouble with WebAssign, you'll go to this link, Montevallo Tech Support. Okay. Now, right here, daily overview, recorded session. This is what you're going to review if you miss the daily overview. So after this is over, I am going to put the daily overview right here. Okay, now Quiz Zero, this is where you turn it in right here. Turn it into the Dropbox. You are going to upload a file. So it's going to say submit assignment, and you're going to choose the file and you're going to upload it. You can upload a Word document, you can upload a PDF, any of those things. Okay, just be sure that you upload that file right there. Okay. And here's your prep assessment information. Here are the videos that you're going to watch for the module. These two videos right here. This is extra practice that is not required. Extra practice that is not required, but I like for you to see me do lots of different types of problems. So some students just come and watch this video of me doing the problems. But these two videos right here are what you want to watch for your module. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about Canvas and WebAssign. Canvas versus WebAssign. You need to think about Canvas as where you go to class. Think about Canvas as where you go to class. Okay, that's where you're going to watch the videos. That's where you're going to interact with me. That's going to be where you hit the link to come to the course overview. WebAssign, and this is where I'm going to go right now, is WebAssign. This is where you're going to go and do your homework, okay? And you are going to start right here where it says enter class key, okay? You are going to put in the class key right here, and you're going to enroll, and then you're going to go through those steps. And I'll be checking tonight and first thing in the morning to make sure everybody has joined WebAssign. Now, once you get into WebAssign, it is going to look and you do have to create an account for WebAssign. Okay, now this is going to show you the teacher screen, but I'll be able to show it as a student too. Okay, so here is what you will see as a student. You only have one class, so you'll be good. But this is what it will look like. Now, your prep assessment is due tomorrow. I took the prep assessment last night, and so that's why I had to have it done. Now, you can go in and out of homework as many times as you want. As many times as you want, you can go in and out of homework. Your prep assessment that's timed you can't. You go in and you take it as soon as you take it. Now, a lot of times you'll have these buttons that say master it. Sometimes you'll have a button that says watch it. Okay, and those are super helpful for you. Those are helpful for you. Now, when you take a quiz or test, those resources aren't there. Okay? Okay, that is all I have. What questions do you have? So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. What questions do you have? And you can type them into the chat super easily if you have any questions for me. Okay, so we think we're kind of going in the right direction. We're going to be okay? Okay, that sounds great. Okay, I am around. Do not hesitate to email me. Okay, email me and I'll get back to you super quick. 2 things you've got to do for today: Quiz Zero and sign up for WebAssign. I would go ahead and get started on that prep assessment homework because you don't want to wait until tomorrow for all that. Okay. Past assignments will be what happens when after they're due and you're able to go back and review them. Like if you wanted to go back and review an old test for your final, you can click on past assignments and it will bring up a test that's already passed. So after tomorrow, you'll be able to see that. Maybe log out and log back in. I'll have to look at that because it is showing up. Let me look at that, Mary, and I'll email you right back. Okay. Yes, tomorrow is your first assignment. Well, you've got Quiz Zero due today, but inside WebAssign, tomorrow is your first assignment. Oh. Okay, so that is a problem that I need to solve. If you are inside WebAssign and you want to hang, it says spring 2020. Gotcha. Okay. Okay, if you certainly can go. I'm just trying to solve the WebAssign issue right now. So if you can just give me a second, I will try to figure that out. So I'm looking at my roll from spring.